everything is nice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to the future. The future's looking bleak. Looking like a rich war in 2023. I'm like a loser who lies. How many more will die? And it doesn't mean nothing in dreams. Sex up in lies. World's been polluted. Still don't give a damn. Just another part of an old company scam. World's getting hotter. Still don't give a damn. We're the brink of war in the country of my red witch. We got top the world. We got top the world. Wet feet that move south west. We got top the world. We got down the world. One thing that try and I oppression with life. Listen to your footprint and we're gonna have to fight. Side, unite, bullshit, side. Let me over remember as the people that need to try and I oppression with life. Listen to your BS and we're gonna have to fight. Side, unite, we might as well just die.
That wasn't bad.
That was good.
That was all right.
That was so good.
I liked it.
Woo! That's your coffee, Gannon. That was your coffee.
I wish I had more.
By the way, we have some extreme lighting today. Thank you so much to my tech team.
Yeah, we're not on Mars.
Johnny Pinata. Yeah, we are. We are.
Oh, we are on Mars.
And we'll now be performing David Bowie's Life on Mars. Go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. We are here. Oh, we are here with the Minorities, loud and proud. I'm Trish da Dish. This is Mana'o at Home, and we started this show to be able to share, music from Maui, and you can listen in your pajamas. I like that you guys promoted that. I really enjoyed that, and that's the goal too. So don't forget, this is a gig.
You wear when you're just at home.
This is a gig, so don't forget to tip your talents, and we're going to be throwing it in Gannon's tip jar. Of course, he'll be sharing. Of course, so don't forget at Gannon-Gilmore. Thank you so much. You found it. Wonderful. Ooh, look at you.
I'm going to Bermuda.
He's so. So let's meet the band. Here we go. Now, I found out about the Minorities back in the day. I want to say Stella Blues, like right at the end of Stella Blues era, and it was Gannon introduced me to them. Now tell me, you and Jose were actually on my radio show, The Weekly Dish. You two came in at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you remember that? And I was like, punk rockers getting up at 7 a.m.
That was ungodly.
Yeah, well, you know what helped was at the time I was living right down the street. I was on West Vineyard.
Oh, you walked
down
there.
the street. Yeah,
I think
totally
I was still living
easy.
in Apili at the time, so that wasn't great for me.
Yep. He was on the west side, but
Who lives in Nepili?
I did.
Okay, we'll cover that in a different segment.
But I do remember that, and then I remember even doing a couple shows with Alec at the time. He was in the band.
Yes.
Everybody knows
Dairy,
Alec.
yeah.
We were
Smoke
counterparts. Yeah, Smoke Solidarity, Minorities, and I remember being on the show a couple times, and it was just a good time, man. Just playing like upcoming music. We had new stuff at the time, and then we had bands from Oahu coming in. That was real exciting.
Yeah, we did some shows. Black Square.
Black Square.
El Caminos.
Oh, I love the Hell Caminos.
They're back up in that. I'm trying to get them to come back again.
They're fantastic.
It's been a long time for those guys.
Yeah. See, I love to talk. This is like, isn't it funny? We're like old school punk. So old school punk.
Oh, geez.
And then
you guys are old as hell.
Colin, I was like, Colin's
school.
He's the new fresh wave. That's what I call him. I'm calling him like the new wave pop punk.
Thank you.
He is. He's got that energy, the vibrancy, and you guys still got the energy too, but you're a little more hardened. And that's you got to give that to the music though too.
And
Totally.
we also need like a 2-day rest after one show.
Oh.
Yeah.
So let's introduce
To
yourself.
understand,
So we have Gannon Gilmore right here on guitar.
Hi.
Jose Ramon.
Yes. Roman. Yes.
And then Colin. Just Colin.
Hi.
Just like Madonna.
Yeah.
Prince.
Just calling.
And then, of course, Dak.
Bono.
Dak Lives Matter. Chris Dak.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most sought-after drummers on the island. Man, this guy's busy.
He's in like 18 bands.
He really is. I live in Paia, and half the time, like Chino said, we're driving down the street, we're like, is that Chris Dak?
Just so good.
Is he playing, is that reggae? Most of the time, yeah. Well, that's what I was we'll talk to Chris later. I'm going to talk to each of you individually because I think you guys are all really intriguing. and it's like a fun band of brothers. You guys always rip on each other, which I love. You're always giving each other crap, and that's just the way to keep it up. So yeah, so we got the Minorities here. We're super stoked, and yeah, let's have another tune for you, and then we'll come back and talk about Luke Town Syndicate with your big hearts helping the community.
You say that you're part of the crew, but then you never ever come through. You say that you're part of our scene, but then you're never ever there for me. Yeah, you're late. You're always late. Yeah, you're late. You're always late, so you're late. Get on my way. You say that you're part of our crew, but then you never ever come through. Saying that you got my back. We're on your bed. You got my back. So you're late. You're always late. So you're late. You're always late. So you're late. Get out my way. Get out my way. Part of the crew, but then you never ever come through. You say that you got my back, or run you home, you got my back. So you're late, you're always late. So you're late, you're always late. So you're late, get out my way. Always
Yeah. Woo woo.
That's an oldie but goodie.
I love that song. And Dak, you're having so much fun when you get to play punk rock. You can tell.
We wrote that song specifically for him to have a drum solo. And that's why it's always in the set, no matter how old that song is.
How did the Minorities come together? Was it you two were hanging out as buddies and, because Gannon's playing a long time, you've been singing?
Jose is going to need to go way back before even
It was
I
all
and
me, actually.
Before
It
me
was
and
all-
Dak
yeah.
were even in
Well,
the band.
Colin was in 5th grade.
I was going to say, he was in elementary school when you guys...
Colin was born.
I was in high
No,
school.
I
the
was in high
real
school.
the real story was I used to be a landscaper, believe it or not, back before
The
my
hell you
T-Mobile
say?
days and all
Yeah.
that. So I used to
You be shredding.
I used to do his yard. Yeah, Chris Dack's family. Yeah, Jeff Dack, Audrey Dack. I knew them from before. And so, anyways, I used to do their yard, and I heard drumming from the garage.
No way.
And
Hold on. He's burying the lead. There was a whole lineup of Minorities before he met Dak.
Well, I had already started jamming with friends and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I was already starting
an
There was
idea.
already
You
a
cultivate. You
Minorities
wanted to
prior to
cultivate.
the
that.
band. Yes, I already had it in my mind. But when the band actually formed was meeting Chris Dack. And that was, from landscaping. That's how it
And that was
happened.
13.
That was 2000, a little pre,
13?
like 2012. The
12,
current
yeah.
lineup was, 2013. But, it all pretty much rooted from 2012.
Heck yeah. And so you're like, hey, dude.
I
you
talked
knocked
to his dad. I was like, hey, Jeff. I was like, who is that? He's like, oh, that's my son.
If I had to guess, he was either playing Ramones or Beach Boys songs
Ramones.
when you're outside.
Ramones.
I knew it.
Ramones.
I knew it. I knew it.
Pet Cemetery.
That's how it happened.
That's my jam right now.
That's
for
what
the
we're talking
holidays.
about.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So Dak was, is this one of your favorite bands you're in? I hate to say that, but this is, she's your favorite.
You have to say the favorite.
You have to say that, right?
I mean, yeah.
On
you
record.
can't do that to him when he's in the room with us.
Oh.
That's horrible.
It's the
What's
red
he
light.
supposed to say? He's like, I actually hate these guys.
So you had this great idea, Jose, to play and put together shows and.
Yeah, well, see, I grew up in Southern California.
Oh
so
yeah, that
I
scene was
Yeah, big time. There was
You wanted to
just
bring that energy here to Maui.
the whole, like, for me, the goal with the band was to introduce other kids to punk rock the same way I was. Because, like, when I went to my first punk rock shows, like, and they were just backyard shows, that completely changed my life. Like, after that, like, I was skateboarding and I was into, like, heavy metal and whatnot. But once I discovered punk rock, that was it. That was, like, my stuff right there. So, never
You
turned
found
back.
your fam.
Yeah,
Yeah, you found your
totally.
Sonic family. Hell yeah. I love that. And then from there, you guys have been doing shows for years. You've produced some albums. You've been on some collectives. And now what I love, because this is my little tender heart. I mean, we're still all young at heart, but I'm loving how you guys are giving back to the scene. You're producing all ages shows, which is, I'm a producer of shows. Those are the hardest shows to put on. Nobody wants to do an all ages show. No one wants to book
It's a
it.
lot of
No one
liability.
believes in the kids, and it's so frustrating. Like when I did like
There's
beatboxing
no
with
alcohol
Pono,
sales
and there's
involved
alcohols.
kids.
Yeah, and it's just a problem.
They're the funnest shows, though. I will
And
say
they have
this
the
right
most
now.
energy, and the fans and what you guys are producing, just from the videos I've seen and what the feedback is from my friends that have been attending, they're like, yes, there's like so much. It's like exciting. So that's. Well, I will actually, let's come back and talk more about that, because I want to talk more about those shows.
Yeah, that'll inch into the
Yeah, that's a
Nuketown
whole nother
Syndicate stuff.
section.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we'll come back. Let's play some more music, and then we'll come back and talk about the all ages shows going on at Requests.
Comatose or Never Forgotten next?
Let's do Comatose. Yeah,
Comatose.
we're gonna do
Here
a
we
new
are.
one.
Brand new song.
Ooh, brand new song here, exclusively on Manao at Home, The Minorities.
It's the first one with me.
Yeah, this is our first song written with him.
I'm new.
While I'm living a real bad dream, I can't think I'm losing sleep. Mess around and you will see the fury that builds up in me. Think you're tall above the rest. You come up close and get in check. While I'm feeling like an atom bomb, I might explode, but time is now.
Well, I'm dead again, think I'm lying awake, counting down the days on my second wave. Never follow through, can see from me to you. I did the most, I took a comatose. I think I'm about to blow. I took a comatose.
Gold steel across your throat, blood letters across the note. Not the reasons, so give me one. Not the reasons, cannot run. Stand up in your grave and not feel nothing. Do it again, till I feel something. To let you decay, still a shot and let them pray.
Well, I'm dead again, I think I'm lying awake. I'm counting down the days on my second wave. Never follow through, can see from me to you. I did the most, I took a comatose. I think I'm about to blow. I took a comatose. I think I'm about to blow. I took a comatose.
Yay! I like that one. You were practicing that one earlier.
A little bit.
I like the guitar. That's going to be in my head now.
It's probably our most groove-oriented song
Yeah,
we got.
I like it. And then the bass, thank you.
It's for the hardcore kids.
That's right. That's right. I like that one. That's going to be in my
Yeah,
head.
we want to see kids gorilla stomping.
Yeah.
All the hardcore
I see
crazy.
elbows in the pits.
Can you demonstrate gorilla stomping since we're on
Yeah, what is
camera?
gorilla stomping?
Show everybody at home.
This is also a punk rock lesson.
Everybody at home, do it with them. You look like Donkey Kong.
You do look like Donkey Kong.
That's what it is. Everyone, next show, I got to see you guys doing that.
Thank you, Jose. That
Or
was
throw a
amazing.
barrel at him.
So you guys grew up, of course. Where did you said punk rock you discovered in the backyard parties.
Yeah.
Where, Gannon, where did you first discover it? From
I've always been born and raised here. Punk rock shows I didn't experience until here. So
Mhm.
like I go way back to like bands that nobody even remembers, like
Yeah.
the Virgin Enema days and Dog Tag and Cringe, back when Cringe was still a thing.
Oh, yep, Cringe.
Which is more of a obviously a metal
They're
band,
metal
but
punk.
yeah. So like my first experience with any kind of music like that was all here. So I've only ever just had a local background when it comes to that kind of music.
But you love music. You love music.
Yeah.
You dive deep. Do you know what I'm saying? And when it comes
Yeah.
to music and movies, so
Yeah, I mean, when you're growing
When
up
you
on
grow up out
Maui,
here,
you're just
you have
exposed
to,
to the
yeah.
stuff that breaks through.
absolutely, yeah.
But then some kids do it, some don't. Where they look at the thank you lists of the bands that they like, and then they start going down deeper. And you see where all the branches go. So that's kind of where I was at, you know. Got into all the same top 40 bands everybody else did at that time, but then you start looking at who they were listening to, and then you look at who those guys were listening to, and then you get deeper into it from there.
And now, what do you feel about the new fresh sound of
What
punk?
I like about the bands on Maui, especially for like rock bands on Maui, no two sound alike, which is like the best thing about it to me.
Finally.
Because you go to a lot of other scenes, any place that's on the mainland, you can kind of get a feeling that like everybody finds one band that everybody likes, and then a lot of bands follow suit.
Absolutely.
Over on Maui, I can't think of two bands that sound alike here, which is the best thing about it.
And another thing is that a lot of people support each other. Like, that's all my jam, like the camaraderie about this island. Like, the one band's doing sound for the other band. I'll run the video for your CD release party. I'll help you sell tickets for your party. Like,
you
that's
have
cool
to.
as hell.
That's the only way it's going to work.
In Chicago, it was not like that.
Yeah, that's
It
the
was-
only way it
was
works.
tough. Yeah,
It's
it's the only way it works here.
It's the only way
And
it
so,
works.
Colin, you moved here about 10 years ago, yeah? And what was your
No,
first?
I was born here.
You were born here?
Yeah.
Oh, shoots. Okay, okay. So, he's a lot.
I think Jose and
was
Dak are
born
the only
here.
transplants.
Okay. Oh, so you were born and raised here. What was
Colonizers.
your first, as someone in a different generation, what's your first memory of the punk scene here?
Punk scene.
Was
My
it
first
skate
concert
park?
ever was NoFX.
Oh, nice.
It was here, and then I played in bands on Maui.
Heck yeah. What are some bands?
They Are Them, One Way Out, Undercity,
Nice.
and then that's kind of how I met these guys.
I think I saw them play somewhere. I can't remember
It
if
was at Kahumanu Mall.
it was probably there, and I think I ran into them, and I was like, "Hey, why don't you come do a show with us someplace else?" I can't remember at the time if it was White Glue Coffee Company or not.
It was.
But we were, you know, for me, I'm always just like, let's all do these things together. You know, who cares if the two bands gel or any of those things, which is what you see now with the vibe with like festival shows now, where there's like 30 bands on the gig and not one of them looks the same.
Yeah.
But who cares? You know what I mean? Like, it's so fluid these days. Like,
The fact that we have this many bands to talk about, no offense, Maui hasn't had. It's like so great right now. There's so much to talk about
for this kind of music, we're like one of the few bands that stuck it out. Over
Yeah,
all
I was
those
gonna say
years.
your longevity.
We
is-
weren't the only
we
ones.
Order
Obviously,
the White Rose. That's what
Yeah.
I loved. Everyone loved them. Do you know? Here, that was like the band, and they would bring other acts.
Yeah.
You know, like Big Act would come here. Order the White Rose opens.
Yeah,
you know,
totally. I mean, when I first moved to Maui, that was like the punk band. here on
Steve
Maui.
Hart and Noah and
Noah,
There's
Robertson
the band is
Brothers,
still technically active. They're just not all here. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that's really stopping them from playing.
and you guys. And now, look what you're doing. So let's talk a little about Luketown Syndicate. Tell me how that gave birth.
G-Man.
The birth.
Gmail.
Gmail.
Well, we had
G-Man.
I mean, Joe at requests, he's occasionally done like
The
Record
owner,
Store
the
Day
owner,
and things like
sure.
that, having live bands play. And then from there, it started turning into like, hey, what if we did like a one-off as a show there? Basically clears the whole floor down to the side. If you've
And
been
not
request-
the basement, upstairs.
Well,
That's
we
what I- 'cause
tried the
there's two
basement
different-
before.
two- yeah.
We
Too
tried
hot.
the basement before.
Way too
It's
hot.
impossible down there. But he started moving everything out to the side and creates kind of a dance floor. And one day, maybe half a year ago, for this year, he just said, hey, what if we start doing it monthly? And I didn't think he'd be down for it, which is why I never brought
And you
it
didn't
up.
know if you had it in you to get that crowd there every month too. Did you?
I
think-
mean, yes
because
and well, yes
with
and no.
COVID and like.
Well, yeah, we're
That
just
was
coming
what
out of
was
COVID, so
making
that's
me
kind of what made it
nervous, yeah.
difficult. But I said, okay, well, if we can keep putting something together every month and not burn the same bands out every week
Yeah.
or every other month, then we'll try it that way. But what's been the great thing about doing it ever since is that having these kids there, seeing that there's a place for them to play, we're finding a lot. Like Flamingo Rider was a band that like they used to come to our shows. We said, hey, why don't you guys come to a show? And now they're kind of a staple of the shows with us. And we're finding more and more people that have music projects.
We just
But
don't have
because-
anywhere to play because
Because they're younger, they can't find access to places to play. So,
That's so
because
cool.
we have it, we're trying to get more and more. I don't want to play those shows every other month. It's
and
ridiculous.
you know that's what I've noticed when I'm following is that each month you guys are having different. Like Colin, you're bringing in your fans and your friends.
Yeah.
And then I saw you had no comply. They got their CD release kind of party there, and that was like
Yeah.
a huge event. And then the
So
Misfits
fun.
show. Every show you guys have had like something different. And do you feel like? I don't know. I just love the energy. Do you feel like the scene? Do you feel that the waves come back?
There's a sense of community to it, which is
Yeah.
the thing that was important to me
Do it
about doing those
yourself
shows there.
events. Yeah.
For anybody, I mean, I've talked to these guys about it before, but like, there's Gilman Street in the Bay Area, which is kind of, it's like where Operation Ivy and like Green Day back when
Yeah.
they started, they all came from that. I wanted to have something like that here. It's volunteer run. You get as many bands in there as you can.
It's inside a record store, aka comic book store, aka it's just the perfect.
It's like it's funny. It's like it's become the
Smoke
epicenter.
shop, right?
It's become the epicenter of
Head
everything I
shop.
do, like the comic book world and the music world. Like like that's kind of become the hub of everything I do now.
It
which is-
really has.
It's great, but
Alika and everybody there. I can't say enough good things. By the way, Maui Comic Con is happening. What? Got to
December.
give them a shout out. December 10th and 11th at War Memorial.
thank God you remember the dates. I couldn't.
Of course I
remember
do.
them.
I'm working with Alika. He's my man.
Yeah, he was gonna
He
be mad if I
supports
didn't remember the
all the
dates.
cool stuff. And we actually give away some of his comic books and like the Venom stuff at the trivia night. So go Maui Comic Con. It's nice to talk about Comic Con on Maui.
He's gonna have it in a much bigger place too this year.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be fun. I still have stuff from it. See, I have a comic book. I'll give it to one of you. This one is Han Solo and Chewbacca series.
You can have
a
that
love
one. Jose.
affair. Ooh, but yeah. So Colin, what's it like? Because you guys, you each are bringing in a different vibe. So what
Yeah.
is it? How did you start with this, with them
How
and
did I
like
join
doing
them?
the scene? How did you join them? Yeah.
So I mean,
This summer?
we've known each other for like
Yeah.
about 10 years.
Yeah.
And we've always just been in different bands, and I already kind of knew their songs. So one day they hit me up and they were like, "Hey, we got a show in like was it 2 weeks at
Yeah.
Gilligan's?"
Yeah, that was we were playing with Pete Lau.
That's right. I went to
And-
that show. It was
Yeah,
great.
It was an
Yeah.
awesome show. We needed a bass player. We didn't
Was
want
that our first show with you?
and it was
Yeah.
lots of red lighting and black. Yeah.
Yep.
It was awesome. Yeah, and we did not want to drop out, so we were like, Colin, do us
Well,
a solid.
Originally, I did it because there was this other band that was supposed to play that you looked up to, and that's why I said yes, so you could play with them.
Okay, right, yeah, because
And
at the
then
time, yeah,
they dropped out. I'm like, oh, I already know
Okay.
14 songs.
there was rumors. You know, again, someone had told me that maybe MDC was gonna come to Maui, and so I was like, man, I'd seen them so many times. I love
the
that
Mason-Dixon Confederates.
Oh gosh.
Pretty- yeah, whatever you want to call them nowadays. But that didn't happen. So,
Not that.
anyways,
But you still were able to play, and from that night,
Yeah.
just
and
kind
You
of
guys gave me so many songs. It was like 27
Well,
songs.
I mean, luckily they were
Well-
all recorded, so you could just practice
Yeah,
with
we-
them at home.
Originally, it was like, all right, we got 14 songs, and then the week before, oh, we need 27 now.
yeah. If you think about that, those punk
I
songs.
mean,
are
that's
like
an overstatement. I feel like.
I mean, they're a minute and a half long, you know. But still.
exactly.
Yeah,
Well, the
I'm
fa-
used to a minute and a half long.
I was gonna
so
say
it's all
he
good.
can compartmentalize it. He's still young. He hasn't ruined his brain
Yeah.
yet, like us.
Yeah, we've always just been friends, so it was like a very natural thing.
And the Luketown, of course, Wailuku Luketown Syndicate. Love that. So when's the next event?
The next one we have coming up, first we're dropping it now, is November 19th. We'll be playing with Flamingo Rider and a brand new artist named Retro Drama.
Oh.
So what's the new artist's name?
Retro Drama.
Retro
There's
Drama.
a buddy of ours named Frank Stone comes to all of our shows. He started a new project, so I was like, let's get you playing
I'm
with
loving
us.
this.
He was
I
the
mean,
only guy wearing a leather jacket.
He's a
inside
madman.
of-
Crazy.
If you've been to the shows, you
a
know it
leather
gets hot
jacket
in there.
inside
And
of Request.
Yeah.
the whole show, by the way, he never takes it off.
He's committed.
I don't
Trip
know
too
how he
hard.
gets through a night without passing out. But God bless him. But yeah, he's at all of our shows, so we're finally getting him on stage. So
Oh, wonderful. And see, that's the kind of thing that Maui is so beautiful for, is like they're inspired by you. They're like, oh, I have a voice too. Can I share? And you're like, yeah, you give them that. A lot of people have been saying no for so long that it's nice. you
or
know?
that it's hard to
it's
like
hard to do.
because
It's
I've been
hard.
doing this kind of music for a long time. Like that's the number one thing. Like when you're younger, is
Yeah.
finding a place
And to
play.
remind people, this is like drug-free, alcohol-free zone. It's a lot of kids that are not. It's not that kind of zone. So that's why it's.
We have a on the under policy. Let's call it that.
I didn't hear that. No, just kidding.
Definitely, I mean, definitely no alcohol inside.
Of
Obviously, no
course.
smoking inside. None of that kind of stuff. I think that's how we can do it to where it's all ages and it's safe and we can keep
When
the
you're
vibe
young,
cool.
growing up, you know, it's like the raver scene or the punk rock underground scene or skater, and that's where you went. That's where I had some of the best times of
Yeah,
my
they
life.
just want to have fun.
Yeah, and your parents, they don't think of it of like a progressive thing. They don't think of it as like you're making some of the best friends of your life. Those people that'll move you.
I'm going to tell
They'll
you.
help you move.
I'm
If you
gonna
have
tell
a friend
you,
that'll
we
help you
actually
move.
have these girls that come to all of our shows that their mom brings them to the shows, and her mom is into that kind of music. And she told me straight up that she was just like, you know what, I love that you guys are doing this because it's a safe place for my daughter to be and enjoy this kind of
love
music.
that.
And that's kind of exactly what I'm going for.
She's the almost famous mom. Don't
Yeah.
do drugs.
I mean, you know, she's like, I can't kind of hang in there like you
I love
guys
that.
anymore, but you know, she loves that her daughter has a place to
Heck
go to
yeah.
enjoy that kind of music and to not feel weird.
Honestly, I'd rather them be out and doing something active than on their phone scrolling.
Yeah.
And-
some of the
and,
kids
like,
at our
what
shows
if?
just hang out outside.
Yeah.
It's like they have a place where they don't feel freaky. You know what I mean?
You
Like
know
they,
what
they
helps,
found their
too?
tribe.
Is you got big Dino as security guard on the front. He's always
He
been a
works the
supporter.
max security too.
Oh yeah, totally yeah. So you know, anybody tries to get, you know, crazy or anything, Dino's on it.
Do you
So
know
shout
that
out
you
to
talk
Dino.
in an interview like you sing?
Dude, it's so funny. He's holding the microphone. Hey, he's
Like
serious.
Henry Rollins or something.
He's also from SoCal, so
I'm
It's
ready
like
to
you're
go. I'm
talking
ready
through
for the
your
next
toes
one.
or something.
he's got like a swag. All right. All right, let's get back to the music and then we'll come back and talk more. See, I knew we'd have a lot to talk about. I knew this was gonna be a problem.
Maybe too much.
I know, right? Woo woo! Thanks, guys, for being here. Don't forget, tip the talents.
That's right. Yeah, this song is dedicated to a couple friends and relatives that we lost throughout the pandemic. We wrote this one for you guys.
Life is too short, they'll push you right out the door, kick you right off the floor. No time to rest, you'll be pulled up to the chest, feels like a gun to your head. Pain that you feel inside, is pain that you cannot hide. Life is a fight, battle your demons at night, tomorrow seems out of sight. Carry the weight, feelings you cannot explain, feelings you cannot translate. Pain that you feel inside is real and you cannot deny. Friend was lost along the way, we'll miss you more. Day by day, gone, but never forgotten. Till the day we meet again, I'll talk about you till the end. Gone, but never forgotten. Thought we laid you down to rest, some thoughts on you are all that's left. Gone, but never forgotten. Till the day we meet again, I'll talk about you till the end. Gone, but never forgotten. Life is a fight, battle your demons at night. Tomorrow seems out of sight. Carry the weight, feelings you cannot explain, feelings you cannot translate. Pain that you feel inside is real and you cannot deny. A friend was lost along the way, we'll miss you more. Day by day, gone, never forgotten. Till the day we meet again, I'll talk about you to the end. Gone, never forgotten. Though we laid you down rest, the thoughts on you are all that's left. Gone, but never forgotten. Till the day we meet again, I'll talk about you to the end. Gone, but never forgotten. Gone, but never forgotten. You're never forgotten. You're never forgotten. God, we're never forgotten, we're never forgotten, we're never forgotten.
Yeah. What was the name of that one?
Never forgotten.
I forget.
Never forgotten.
I forget.
That's beautiful.
What's it called?
I always forget to announce it too for some reason.
During COVID, each of you, what was your saving grace? What's something that kept you sane?
Jose.
Okay.
My son.
Did it? Oh yeah. By the way, we do have a yay.
I'm a
All
dad
grown
now.
up. You're a dad.
He had a son right during lockup too.
I was gonna say, was that a COVID baby?
Yes, he was born on April 24th, 2020. So it
Oh,
was
yeah.
like right during the lockdown. So
Yeah.
I was scared. I was nervous.
I was saying, this is
You know, I didn't know what
time to procreate.
First
expect.
baby on top of it, so like there's the normal I'm scared stuff.
But-
Yeah.
Well, usually during the pandemic, I like to procreate as well because the world's in such a good place.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
teach
I mean, I
their
don't
own.
usually wait for pandemics
I'm
for that
just
sort of
kidding.
thing, but
Teach their own. No, it's beautiful. I bet you're a great
It's like
dad.
involuntary.
it was the perfect time.
I bet. So, Gana, what did you do to keep sane?
You know,
if you're sane.
the
I'm
job
not
that I
sure
had
you
at the
are.
time, like I was still able to work, so I was just literally working through pandemic, so I almost barely even noticed, if
Oh,
I'm being honest
lucky.
with you.
Lucky.
But
I
we
started
we
working
had
too.
we had a lot of time to kind of write and kind of think about how we're gonna go about when we start doing things, which is why I think we're kind of gunning it as hard as
Mm.
we've been since we're back at it again.
What about you, Colin? What kept you sane
Um,
during the pandemic?
partying.
Party.
I don't do that anymore. And then making my call-in music.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That was like when I started. Yeah,
When you started, okay, stay tuned. We'll talk more about that. When I made Colin, I love that.
when I created myself. I procreated.
beast.
He also made a baby.
Oh, you're a dad too?
No,
No,
He
I
made
just-
Colin.
I
was his
might be
baby.
somewhere.
Oh,
I
you
don't
made
know.
Colin. Yeah, very cute. Yes, you did create kind of like a little baby.
Man, you almost got him in a lot of
And
trouble. right
dad,
there.
I was like, stay
bills.
tuned. On our next episode, we'll be doing paternity tests for Colin.
Fuji, if you're watching, that was complete miscommunication.
The event. Withdrawn, please.
Streaming on Disney Plus.
I'd like to strike that from the court.
I like he grabbed his mic. Chris, aloha. By the way, this is a returning feature guest. Chris Dack was one of my guests, I want to say in 2020, 2021. It was almost a year and a half ago. 2021, and he was like, Trish, I want to be on your show. So I was like, cool, I've always wanted to do a drummer one. And he shows up with a guitar and a sweetheart.
That's not drums.
I know, it was not drums, and he was a singer-songwriter, and we had a tender Mana'o at home. And it was really fun. And that was when you were in the, I think Cody was there, one of Cody's first shows.
Yes.
And that was when we were doing him in the kitchen. Oh, no, you were at Shroom Cat Studios. Right on. So what kept you sane, besides the 17 band you're in during COVID?
Streaming on Netflix and Disney Plus. For sure.
Really? Did you develop a new talent? You know, some people became bakers or knitting. Is there any? You just excelled on
Man, I
drumming.
totally
Just
wasted the
became more
pandemic.
Yeah.
Chris is good at everything.
He's just good at everything you do.
Except being subtle.
Okay, give me, name 5 bands you're in right now, just so everybody knows.
Wait. Name the 5 best bands.
5
you're in.
best bands you're in.
Don't do that.
Now that's a tricky one.
Just want to put some
Minorities,
extra pressure on
The
it.
Minorities.
No comply.
No comply.
There's
Okay, hold on. In order of the sexiest.
Well, there are 2 that don't have any names.
Okay.
Okay,
that's
the
those.
no-namers. Okay.
Well, I do kind of like a Beatles tribute with my friend Austin Hutto.
Nice. Oh, yes, we know Austin. He's a filmographer.
Shout out
Yeah.
Austin.
Okay, right on. Okay.
That's about it for now. Kind of. There's one that's like off and on, the Universe with Gold
Mhm.
On.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, right on.
It's a hip hop thing, right?
If you guys, I was going to say, if you guys need a drummer for any genre, call Dak, but he's will
No,
not
don't
answer.
do that. We
He's
have a hard
too
enough
busy.
time
We
getting
do.
into practice to do shows. Don't do
He's
that.
maxed out.
I always say, like, when a nude bassist or drummer
I don't
moves
even
to the
wanna,
island,
I don't want to tell him he
people are
can't play
like-
in the bands he's in, but let's not give him more to do.
lock him in. Yeah, when are you doing comedy for me? You said you're going to come do stand-up one day. Rate check. Okay, cool. And before we get back to the music, want to give a shout out to, of course, this wouldn't be possible without our underwriters, Venture Physical Therapy, who just won Small Business of the Year. Great family business. And then also, of course, The Playground, the island's multifaceted venue. I've seen you all there. Thank you so much. We have a big show coming up with Jamie Kennedy, November 26th, comedian extraordinaire.
Randy from Scream, if you don't know who that is.
Yep, Randy
Colin.
from Scream. Also,
I
I
know who
like
that
his
is.
prank show. From his prank show, is called Jamie Kennedy Experiment. That was so
I
funny. And
forgot about
Malibu's
that,
Most
yeah.
Wanted, B-Rad. So that should be fun. Chino LaForge is opening, who is my opening musician. He does a little ditty for me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for making the show possible. We probably have one more song from the Minorities, and then we'll go to Colin, yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
One more. What are we going to do for our finale?
One that we always close with. Right?
Number one hit.
It's the title track of our first record.
All the small things.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's right. Dissatisfied.
Dissatisfied. Fan favorite.
Woo-woo!
Whoa, got a headache, my brain hurts, I'm thinking all the time about work, it always seems I never have the time, what I really want, something's of mine, with everywhere I go, and everything I see, something reminds me of where I want to be, I think I'm waiting in the long line, I think I'm static, I'm into my time, why can't I have the things that I want, I'm dissatisfied, why can't I have the things that I want, I'm dissatisfied, I'm working all the time, I'm dissatisfied, with my life. Yeah, my brain hurts, I'm thinking all the time about work. It always seems I never have the time what I really want. Some peace of mind, everywhere I go, and everything I see, something reminds me of where I want to be. I think I'm waiting in the long line. I think I'm static, I'm wasting my time. Why can't I have the things that I want? I'm dissatisfied. Why can't I have the things that I want? I'm dissatisfied. I'm working all the motherfucking time. I'm dissatisfied. My life. fight. One word break all the bottle of the time. This is right. With my life.
It's punk music. It's what you get.
I know. The problem with punk rock is it's just so
If we did
short.
another 2 minutes of that, we'd lose energy.
It's so funny. Like, whenever I book bands, it's like, all right, I'm going to do a punk rock show. I got to book 5 bands to have a full show.
we can't do that for the Luketown shows because it gets so hot in
Too
there.
hot in there, yeah.
We're like, we could do like 45 minutes, then we have to let them have a break. But God bless those kids because you know what? It gets sweaty in there.
So follow Luketown Syndicate on Instagram.
On Instagram is the best place to see all the updates for all of our shows. I'm trying to keep up and do my best to make sure all the bands get featured as far as getting information out there for all of them. But please follow every single band that we're trying to bring out there.
That's what I love about it, is that you guys are like, you're informing. You're part of the conversation.
I'm not in this just for us.
Yeah, I know.
At all. I'm not
Yeah.
making money doing this band.
No.
I'm not making money getting those bands out there.
You guys are like the
I just want to help other people get out there.
You're like the Punkles.
Yeah.
Oh, let's change the name.
Punkles.
Let's change the name of the band.
Punkles, yeah.
The Punk.
So yeah,
oh,
we'll
yeah.
talk story for a
My
minute. We're
mic's
gonna let
dead.
Colin switch over. You guys follow the Minorities on
808.
Instagram, 808.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure you put the 808 in. And then also, all of you guys are on Instagram.
That's right.
Gannon's under, I think, Scumbag or something, right?
I mean, I'd
Dennis-
say just follow us on
Follow us-
Minorities 808 or Luketown
Luketown
Syndicate 808.
Syndicate,
If
yeah.
you look up Luketown Syndicate on Instagram, you should find it right away. It's the only one on there.
And thank you guys so much for helping out the scene and just being such a part of it. And also being just really nice guys. You're just all
Well,
really charming.
I want to
and
give a
interesting.
big shout out to Joe from Request Music. You know, without
100%.
him, yeah, we
Without
wouldn't be-
Joe, there is no Luketown Syndicate. And he takes a lot of the liability and risk doing the shows there. So, and he runs the door.
And
all
how
of
do
that.
you not know what, like, if you don't know what Request Music's, is if you haven't
Then you
been
don't live
there,
on Maui.
Then you don't live on Maui. Like, if you don't know where that is, I mean, it's such a, and it's, over the years, I've
In
always,
case somehow you don't know, it's 10 North
It's a-
Market
yeah.
Street.
it's a hub for, like, a lot of friendships and music and camaraderie, and people get their music in there. Like, local bands get to put their music, and it's a good record store.
Oh, yeah.
Another
You
band,
know?
Pilau, has their CD there
Yes,
as
they
we
do.
speak.
Our
There's
friends
a lot of local
Pilau.
artists that, their CD
Mhm.
just came out. They got a show coming up. I
Yep.
think it's November 4th
November 4th. That's
with,
right.
with Fang. So that's coming up. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going
So
on.
much cool
so
stuff going
we're just
on.
trying to make sure we want to keep momentum going is more than anything else.
And after being closed for a couple years, it's so nice to go out and just be like, hi. Like, just to touch someone, and even if it's in a mosh pit.
Yeah, totally.
I call it's control chaos. Oh, yeah. Touch
We
a
can't
friend.
touch Chris right now because he's too
You
far
know what?
away,
Touch
but-
a minority.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be our next shirt.
Hey, moms like minorities. That's what I like to say.
Oh, that's going to be our next shirt
You guys
too.
make sure you follow them online at the Minorities 808, and then of course on the Book of Face, and yeah, and then also tip the towns. Thank you, Chris Stack at Gannon-Gilmore, and all the money will go to
I promise it's going to go to the band.
Colin. Just kidding.
It'll somehow
It's
get
gonna
to him,
fund
I'm
his
sure.
hip hop career.
That's right. That's right. So we're gonna switch some pace right now. This is so cool. We're featuring 2 acts. So we got Colin coming up.
Who just
Thank you
left.
to the Minorities. No, I'm gonna talk story for a minute, so it's all good. We'll take a little break. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, the Minorities.
Thank you
Yay,
everybody at
us.
home for watching. Thank
Yay,
you.
us.
We love that. This is so cool. We've never done like the 2. Like, this is a cool switch
It's
over.
a double feature.
Double feature on the Halloween punk rock show.
You're
Woo-woo.
welcome.
So I'm gonna talk story for just a minute. We have a really exciting community on the east side. I don't know if you guys have seen them. It is Hana Arts. I don't know if you know what they do, but they have been doing some big things, and I know Cody has been a part of it too. All the goodness they're doing over there. And I was blessed enough to host the talent show, which was the I think it was Festivals of Aloha Hana Arts Talent Show, and it was all ages, and it was last Saturday. Kathy Collins was there as one of the judges. Auntie Pialani Lua, who is a Mary Monarch Kumahula, was there. Chino LaForge, performer extraordinaire, was there, being judges, and Kainani, who is a multiple Hoku award-winning artist, and they got to judge all these kids. So it was like Keiki, so there was a 5-year-old, all the way to like a kapuna, like a 75-year-old uncle. So it was just really, really beautiful. And like, sometimes you go to Hana and you get like just so filled with all that love. I've just been holding that mana, and I just want to say congratulations to everybody. But it's really interesting. Like, there was comedians, stand-up comedians, spoken word, ukulele, fire dancing, family gospel. There was a beautiful Tahitian dance. I mean, everything that you think that the arts are, they're being perpetuated in Hana. So I'm just like so happy that I get to be a part of it. So I just want to give them a lot of love. So follow Hana Arts. That's Hana Arts. And hopefully they're going to get a national grant soon and be able to put on live concerts out there, which is really exciting. So yeah, thanks guys for being here. Without further ado, let's bring in my next guest. Is he ready? All right, cool. Colin is... Here he goes. Woo woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Colin with a 0. So Colin was introduced to me through Gannon. He kind of gave me the like, yo, pay attention to this one. And Gannon's been a buddy of mine for over a decade, and when he tells me to pay attention, I do. So I started following Colin and just love your energy online. You can tell, as somebody who's been working in marketing and journalism for a long time, you're studying. You know what's going on. So you're not just out there trying to, you're developing a brand. You're creating an artist statement, a mission. Where did Colin come from? Tell us a little bit about this. Born and raised here. Wailuku? Wailuku boy? No worries.
Add some vocal effects on.
That's good.
I'm from Haiku. I grew up on Maui.
Heck yeah.
Maui
High or Baldwin or?
King K Kalike.
King K, yeah. Wonderful.
And then
do you speak Ola Hawaiian?
No. But yeah, I've been playing in bands on Maui for like the past 10 years.
As a guitar player and singer?
Primarily guitar player. I kind of started singing over the past few years. So the fact that I'm just doing singing now is kind of crazy. And yeah, just decided to do my own thing, kind of push myself as a person, and now we're doing this, which is amazing. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Well, we're so happy to have you here. And being part of the Minorities is really cool, but this is your side project. You guys are better having a really good time, right?
This is my main project.
Yeah, wonderful. So this is your main project. It's Colin, so it's
But they're also my main project, too.
Yeah, exactly.
I always leave room for them.
Exactly. So...
You should have seen what he did to me off camera, by the way.
Oh, inappropriate. But we keep it appropriate on camera, right? We're being good boys and girls today. So we have Colin here with a 0. What's up with the 0? Just for branding purposes?
It's easier to find me with a 0. If you type in Colin in Spotify, there's so many Collins. Not too many Collins with a 0, so.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the main thing when you're making a band name. You can't have like...
Yeah. There's tons of Trish da Dishes, but there's only one da Dish.
Yup.
Because duh. Sorry.
Duh.
So yeah, you're doing a great job, Brandon. You're bringing the fresh breath. I love that you're kind of becoming a little bit of a character. Like you have a following. Like from your videos, people are like, they're like stoked to see you. How does that feel to be kind of like a little bit of a leader in this new pop punk era?
I remember playing a show to 2 people in request.
2 people?
Yeah, and they're the lighting guys. Everyone left. It was crazy. And that was like my lowest moment. I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
The artist moment. Why do I even do this?
So then I just really strive to like put on really good shows and bring lots of people and promote and market the shows as hard as possible and make it fun for everybody.
Heck yeah. You do a great job. Well, let's get a little taste of this exciting new artist, Colin.
All right. I've never played the song live before. Last night I decided to do it. It's kind of like a hidden gem, so hope you enjoy it.
Hidden gem. I love that.
Darkness is killing me. Swim in sweet lullabies, and I want to call. Can't save me, I've begun my fall. Don't you think that I need you? You put up walls that I can see through. Can't pretend it's okay. Until the next one, like a rerun. Moved on so fast like I was no one. You got nowhere to ask me.
that I need you. You put up walls that I can see through. Can't pretend it's okay. It's not okay. Until the next one, like a rerun. Moved on so fast, like I was no one. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you.
I just got emotional. Oh my goodness. I like that.
Thanks. Yeah, that was a softer one. I used to make like indie music, and now I'm into like more of the pop punk stuff. So like my first year, I was very like, indie jams, and then I decided, pop punk was like what I grew up on, and it's what I should be making.
What are some of your favorite bands? The indie bands.
I was really into like Wallows and Claro. Do you know Claro?
Nice.
Yeah.
How wonderful. Now, when you say, so during COVID, you found yourself
Yes,
not re-identifying yourself, but kind of creating this persona. It is you, but it's definitely it's an entertainer, but you're definitely still you're a performer of sorts, a character. Yeah. And so with this, do you ever want to have a full band? Are you good with the production?
So I've played with full bands before.
How do you like that?
I prefer it, but it's some people move off island and it becomes hard.
Oh, the glory of Maui's revolving door.
So, yeah, I've done shows with just me and a laptop, which is like, kind of lame, but people still have fun. But the full band is like the funnest thing. Like we'll have like huge mosh pits. I'll like jump over my bassist's head off the stage. I'll climb like the beam that holds the lights and I hang from it.
Absolutely.
I'll jump off like a subwoofer.
That's the way to do it.
Super fun. Crowd surf like while singing.
So you're definitely inspired because we were talking earlier, you love to go to concerts. You love to see live shows.
Yeah. I love the chaos.
You love the chaos. Unfortunately, you just got back from Vegas and the first day of When We Were Young, right?
Yeah.
Got canceled.
And that was my day.
And that was your day.
It's my day.
So what did you do?
I cried. No, I didn't cry.
On the Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
I walked the lonely road.
Yeah.
I ended up going to a Bring Me the Horizon Knocked Loose pop-up show. If you guys know that band. My buddy sold me his ticket because he knew that was like one of my favorite bands.
Oh, that's great.
And then I got tickets for the next day for the festival. And they didn't get sent to me. They got canceled. Yeah. And then my buddy was like, hey, they didn't scan my ticket. So take my ticket. And I went in for free.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, it all worked out. Heck
it was
yeah.
huge.
Oof.
So much fun.
I was thinking about like Fremont Street and just a bunch of kids walking around sad.
Like, there's a bunch of emo kids on Fremont Street. They were just like this.
That was like a music video moment. Somebody should have been filming.
I know.
The guy,
It should have been me.
I was gonna say it could have been you.
I'm just not as smart as you.
Yeah. Hey, it's okay. We'll work together. So let's do another song. And what was that song that you played?
That was Anchor.
Anchor. And what was that from?
That's from my EP, Is This Love? It was like a part 2 to my song, Goodbye Butterfly, where I was like sad.
Oh,
so usually I don't really play those songs anymore because I'm not sad. I don't want to be sad.
That's good.
So I play these happy songs, which I'm about to play next. This next song is called Vampire Motel. It was directed by Lucas Zaro, shot by Austin Hotto.
Yeah, I love Lucas.
And yeah,
good guy.
I hope you enjoy it.
Here we are with Colin with a 0. I love saying that. Don't forget, guys, this episode is available online at MonotoRadio.com and our YouTube channel, which I love. Monoto Radio has a YouTube channel, and that's where like the video really looks nice. They do that fancy stuff, online. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin.
Vampire motel, kinda like living in hell. I never check it out. Live my life on a night shroud. It feels like dying in the clouds. I know that time is gonna run out. Enjoy your stay, I wish you well at the Vampire Motel.
She wore corset Converse, feet a sob on her skirt, black hair with a white streak, bite my neck with your sharp teeth.
One stop for the crimson fever. 2 drops and I'm never gonna leave her. You're at the door and you know I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna die but I don't really. Vampire motel, kinda like living in hell. I'm never checking out. Live my life on a night shroud. feels like dying in the clouds. I know that time is gonna run out. Enjoy your stay, I wish you well. At the Vampire Motel, but it's coming. She knows I am the one. Turn me into Nosferatu. All black and let the sun through. What goes through your mind when you're falling asleep? Marshmallow clouds, I hope you're dreaming of me. It's on the tallest mountain in Japan. Tastes so sweet like marzipan. Vampire Motel, kinda like living in hell. I'm never checking out. Live my life on a night shroud. It feels like dying in the clouds. I know that time is gonna run out. Enjoy your stay, I wish you well. At the Vampire Motel. Blood is rushing to my head, blood is flushing out the dead. Running out of things to spray. Don't know what I wanna say. Over love till I die. Right here I will lie. My soul bathing blood under night sky. Lost in reality, I don't know me. Cause loose the strings, no controlling. You kiss my lips so slowly. I'll kill for you, it's frightening. Vampire Motel, kinda like living in hell. I'm never checking out. Live my life on a night shroud. It feels like dying in the clouds. I know that time is gonna run out. Enjoy your stay, I wish you well. At the Vampire Motel. Na 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 na. Thank you, thank you. Yo, shout out to Minorities on the side stage.
Woo woo! Big fans.
It's my boys. Yeah, that was called Vampire Motel. I wrote it about my girlfriend.
Nice. Does she like that song?
I think so.
Okay.
I hope so.
You're like, I don't know. I didn't check.
She's in the music video.
Okay, wonderful. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So if you guys follow Colin, he is at Colin with a 0 official on Instagram.
Oh, it's, Instagram C0LIN.official on Instagram.
I like to follow you because, not to be like, oh, I'm old, but younger people are much better at the Instagram.
I'm very active on
there.
You're
very active. You're using all the little fixins. I'm just getting down with the stories, you know? And I
Those
just...
are the hashtags.
You know, hashtag your videos. They're beautiful. You have a team behind you. Who's filming these at your events? Who's filming the videos?
I had Austin and Lucas.
Austin and Lucas.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Zaro.
Right,
Lucas Zaro, Austin Hutto.
Nice. I know his sister, and Chino knows Lucas,
sick,
so
yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, that's really fun. They're doing good things.
Since I've been doing this, I kind of built my own little team, which is, very
that's
nice.
the way to do it.
Have people support you.
And you know what? Think about it. Maybe in 10 years, you'll be doing something different, and you can look back on this and see where you were. It's so great you can document this.
Yeah. I mean, in 10 years, I'll be playing in the arenas, so it's
There
fine.
you go. Oh, I love this guy. Cool. So you got another one?
Yeah.
Woo woo! Let's do
We got
this.
time for 2 or 1?
Yeah, 2.
2.
Let's do 2 more.
This song's called Emotional Zombie.
Oh, this is his hit.
Yeah, you guys played it on the radio.
We did play this on Koi. So mahalo, you guys, for tuning in. Big love to, of course, Backlit Buddha Studios and everybody for supporting Mana'o Radio. And I could not do this without Cody Quintana. Let's give him a round of applause. Our tech ninja, Cody, who's also a fantastic singer-songwriter, but we'll talk about that in another show. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin with a 0.
All right, sing along. I can't hear you, but sing along.
Say your love's sick when you call me. She's brain dead like a zombie. Smash the windshield to be naughty. Emotional zombie. You say your love's sick when you call me. She's brain dead like a zombie. Smash the windshield to be naughty. When you find out I'm not sorry, get away from me. Don't follow. Do it all again tomorrow. Your love is a tsunami. Emotional zombie. Let's go. Got barbed wire on my fence. I don't know where she went. Punching my door at 3 a.m. I wish we never meet again. You switch the voices in your head. Maybe I'd be better off dead. Double faces of the faceless. Please make my mind erase it. Say your love's sick when you call me. She's brain dead like a zombie. Smash the windshield to be naughty. When you find out I'm not sorry, get away from me. Don't follow. Do it all again tomorrow. Your love is a tsunami. emotional zombie. Got your hooks in my back, I can never relax. I don't care about your sign, astrological. You switch the voices in, maybe I'd be better off dead. Double faces of the faceless, you make me feel so jaded. Say you love her when you call me, she's brain dead like a zombie. Smash the windshield to be naughty. When you find out I'm not sorry, get away from me, don't follow. Do it all again tomorrow. Your love is a tsunami. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Say you love her when you call me, she's brain dead like a zombie. Smash the windshield to be naughty. When you find out I'm not sorry, get away from me, don't follow. Do it all again tomorrow. Your love is a tsunami, emotional, it's a zombie. Woo!
Woohoo!
Thank you, thank you.
I know that song.
You know that song.
I like that song.
That's a fun one.
It is. You know what? I can't help it. It's catchy as heck. I know you guys do that on purpose, but it sticks in your brain, and it's really great songwriting. Good job.
Yeah, that's my. I'm not like the best guitarist, bassist, or singer, but I do think songwriting is like my expertise.
That's your jam. And also you.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
marzipan,
you said
like that one?
marzipan. You're sweet like
Tastes sweet like marzipan.
Yeah.
Turn me into Nosferatu.
Yeah.
All black and let the sun through.
See, these are lyrics, thoughtful
Cody.
lyrics. Yeah. He's like, I heard that. I heard the marzipan. I was like, how did he do that?
No.
That is something, you know, with this generation, it's your character. I love how you're interacting with the camera. Have you always been kind of a ham? I love it. Like, you're just
I'm
fun.
a pretty like shy, quiet guy.
No, you're
Like
not.
yeah. But
Really?
when I'm performing, it's just like
That's where it comes out.
I feel like my real self comes out, and it's just like I don't really get nervous to perform my own songs.
Yeah.
But before I'll get nervous, it's just like I feel like it's just a part of me, so it's like very natural.
That's wonderful. Oh, you're an artist.
Thank you.
You know it. You know it.
Yeah.
That's
If you got a record label, please sign me.
That's Colin with a 0.
Yeah.
Colin with a 0. You guys don't forget Tip the Talents, Gannon, Stash, Gilmore. I'm sure he'll share with all the boys. He's such a nice guy. All right, guys, here's our last song. Thank you so much
Thank you for
tuning
coming.
in. This has been so fun. I've never done a dual show, and this worked out perfectly, and it's perfect for Halloween. We've had a punk rock party. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Visit MonotoRadio.com. Final song, the finale.
Yep. This is the final song of the set list on the live shows.
Woo!
The song's called BRB. It's about anything that makes you angry. Put it into this song. Have fun with your friends.
Right on.
Exciting.
In 5, 4.
That's my part. Carly,
Sam, eat your taco.
You ever watch
Freddie, count
iCarly?
backwards from 5, omitting the 1.
thank you.
Thank you. Eat it.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Sick of acting like I'm a loner. Too sad, too bad, I can't get up. Fading into an endless coma. Lost in a dream, I can't find Ramona. Let's go! I found a way, but didn't like it. I burned a stupid hole through my eyelids. I gotta stitch my lips to keep smiling. Didn't realize that I'm dying. Get this, get that. I'll be right back. You're out here killing me sober. Push me to the edge till I fall over. I'll stay. If you ride with me, you'll say, are you feeling it yet? I'm wasted. I'm faded. I'm numb to being hated. I said I'd die for you. Would you die for me? Not if I lied to you. I can't make up my mind. Got a FaceTime in jail from Danny. Party all night, blacking out with Randy. My head's and the story's over. I wanna suffer from overexposure. I thought chasing billboards would make me feel more. Get this, get that. I'll be right back. You're out here killing me sober. Push me to the edge till I fall over. I'll stay. If you ride with me, you'll say, are you feeling it yet? I'm wasted. I'm faded. I'm numb to being hated. Thank you, Minorities.
you for having me. This has been so much fun. This is the part of the song where everyone goes on the ground and they jump up, but obviously we can't do that. So like, if you're in your car, you can just like step on the gas pedal and go really fast. So if you're in your room, you can jump. Just like drive safe and stuff. I don't know. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go! Get this, get that. I'll be right back. You're out here killing me sober. Push me to the edge till I fall over. I'll stay. If you ride with me, you'll say, are you feeling it? I'm wasted. I'm faded. I'm going to be hated. Once again, thank you everyone for coming out to the airwaves. This is the new wave of pop punk. You know, you can like it or hate it. I don't really care. You can still come to the show, so yeah.
Heck yeah, that was so fun. Ladies and gentlemen, pop punk sensation.
Yeah.
We love this guy. Colin with a 0.
With a 0. Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Oh.
And you know what I'm loving? Cody, when he unleashes he was getting the music video vibes.
Oh, I know.
That was great. We
got
got to
me
get
amped
in
up.
there. It was great. We got some great videos from today. Thank you so much, John, for your help. Johnny Pinana on everything. Not only does he own this studio, he also runs camera. Hello. And of course, Cody Quintana, the man, the legend, the Sonic Wiz. He had a great week. He's been super busy hanging out with Shroomcat Studios, filming the International Windsurfing Competition. No big deal. So check that out. You guys, please support local bands. Follow these bands. Support their dreams. We can't do this without you guys tuning in every week. It's been such a blast. Thank you so much to my friends of Minorities, Gannon, Jose, Chris, and Colin. You guys rock. We love you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And then, of course, follow them online at the Minorities 808 and then at Colin.official. Make sure you do that 0.
With the 1 L as well.
That's right. 1L, 1L. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we'll see you on the flip side. I'm Trish da Dish. We'll be back next month with another exciting show of talk story and live streaming. Aloha. Have a great weekend, guys. Keep it real for the homeschool. Stay safe and have a happy Halloween. Woo! Woo-woo! We did it!
Thank you.
Heck yeah, what a great show. Woo, that was awesome. Yeah!
We were thinking it was going to be a 10, 15-minute episode.
No, that's what you do, man. That's what I do. I spread it out.